as Dane Dowiak, the captain for Penn State, is rivaled by Danny Nelson, the Irish captain in the face-off dot. Penn State right to left in their white uniforms, the Irish. Left to pad of Josh Fleming. Still in the zone are the Irish. Here's Brown. He'll cycle it behind the net, takes it in deep. Lob back, applies pressure, gives him a bump. Still with it is Brown. He'll rim it around. That one off the toe of Josh Fleming. Domenico finds Femus. They play catch. Femus now at the point, cycles, drops it off for Kumlin. Shot on that one into the paraphernalia of Josh Fleming. And finally, we have a whistle.
We'll take a look at daylight.
Here's McKenna with some space. He'll take it in, lay it off for Chindagraves. Chindagraves, backhand, finds Shade. Shade rips one, that one off the right pad of Kempf. High in the air, that one's gloved down by Nelson. In front, that's Shade, it's still loose. Kempf looking for it, finally a whistle. And the Notre Dame goaltender will cover it.
Well, it's always a dangerous play when the goalie doesn't know where the puck is and it's in the air. It's kind of like a catcher behind home plate. Where is it? Well, a good play by the defenseman.
Matt DeMarsico taking it out. He'll take a tumble. No call on the play, no arm in the air as a 2-on-1 develops for Notre Dame. Jared Crespo back, looking near side shot on that one. The save
Notre Dame in Michigan. We saw what happened last weekend. A lot of fights and suspensions.
Mastro Domenico, he'll flutter one on net. Nobody home wearing a blue jersey. Now in front are the Irish. Josh Fleming able to find it and squeeze it against the pad. He'll draw a whistle. Face-off will come to his right.
Good.
Takes it behind his own cage. Trying to play it fastly up the boards was Smith. Now Smith in a rush with Gavin McKenna. Smith lays on the brakes, sends it around the board, stopped by Kempf. Now near side wall, Fink lets it go to his point man. That's Crespo. Shot on that one. Scrambles. They score! Oh no, they don't. It's waved off.
This is going to be close, Owen. The ref had a really tough angle. It looked like the puck sat on the line, but then it was covered by Kempf. Did Kempf push that in himself is a question we could be looking at. Right there, the puck's on the line. I think Kempf puts it in himself when he tries to cover it.
Seeing another look of that now. That was a knuckle puck. Hits the corner between the crossbar and the post.
Not in right there. It didn't cross, but what happens when he covers it?
If this never crossed the goal line,
I think he pushes it in. That. So you just got to go off these angles. Great shot from our production team. It's bouncing around. The question is, where'd the puck end up is the first question. When the ref came over,
here's the call on the ice.
And it's the right call based on what we saw. And my goodness, that is, you gotta highlight that save. If Notre Dame wins this game.
Gets ballerinaed around by a stick. That was Slaggert. Now Makadowski. He'll come in looking for McKenna. Comes to the point, J.J. Weebush. Weebush coming in, down low. He'll look to tuck it in deep. And that one squeezed tightly in the pads of Kempf.
Well, the refs are
Here's DeMarsico. Reese Law back, drops it off for Weebush. Now in front, that's DeMarsico. Blockered away by Kempf. Pace of play opening here. Player and Jovanovic on a breakaway potentially with Crespo on his back. Crespo does nicely to force him outside. Now in the slot, that was Nelson. Finally, that was Bell, excuse me, as Fleming is able to make the save. Lots happening, lots of turnovers on both ends here, excuse me.
And a near costly one for Penn State. I think it was Dane Dowiak that skittered the puck into his own defensive end. And boy, that was dangerous. This game, as I mentioned, it's wide open. It's scary as a...
Rating at 22.4% comes out for their first attempt. Gavin McKenna, far side wall. Throws in the brakes at the point man in Jackson Smith. Now near side is Misa. Back up top, Jackson Smith. McKenna back in the circle. Finds Smith once again. Misa in the near side corner now. Back to the point, McKenna. McKenna moves down low. Here's Smith. Smith shoots on that one. Pad save away. Still loses Weebush as Kempf makes yet another save. And batting it out of midair was Nelson. Smith. Gavin McKenna. Jackson Smith at the point. McKenna once more. Far side, near side. It goes and they score! Matt DeMarsico light that lamp.
Pretty passing is the reason that this is a goal for Penn State. Puck movement, it's so critical on the power play. You don't have Charlie Serrato, you have Luke Misa due to injuries. Well, he gives a perfect feed right in the slot to Matt DeMarsico. What a play by Smith and Misa, moving the puck around. There's nothing you can do there if you're Kemp. That's
to break out of their zone. Here's Werner. Lays off for Knubel. Knubel takes it down low. He'll go around the cage, and the net comes off once more. We'll have another whistle. Clearing the zone is Carter Shade. Schindegraves sends it near side. Here's Lev Katzen. Lev Katzen moving in. He'll shoot into the netting. It goes, and we'll have a whistle on the ice. Is Danny Nelson. Now Werner. Back to Nelson in front. He looks to poke it in deep. Fleming said no. Now Fleming snared it with the glove easily. That was Cole Knubel. And Notre Dame easily able to take it out. Here's Knubel. Knubel moving in on Godowski. Near side, Danny Nelson. That one ripped wide left.
what a great back check by
To the second period. Matt DeMarsico, tonight's goal scorer. Luke Misa looking far side. Nobody home, wearing a white jersey. Now J.J. Weebush in the corner. 5 seconds left. Skates in, down low. DeMarsico looking for a second. Once more, here's Weebush, far side. DeMarsico. And there's the horn. If we can get another look at that, it looks like J.J. Weebush may have gone in between his legs.
I don't know if it was DeMarsico or Weebush, but it was definitely one of them. Let's take a look right here. It's DeMarsico at the doorstep, and he tries to do exactly the play that Weebush did in Michigan in the Big Ten tournament to get.
You want an edge in every single stat.
And if you're Penn State, certainly want to remain playing a clean brand of hockey. Already dealing with a shortened bench is Guy Godowski's squad as we are underway. Dane Dowiak in the dot alongside Jaden Davis. Davis wins it back for Notre Dame, but Gavin McKenna's the first to it. He knights it along for Crossbow, putting a shot on. Here's Aiden Fink into the paraphernalia of Kemp. It goes. Good save by the Notre Dame netminder.
Really good job by Penn State to track the rebound. Aiden Fink was following it the entire way. McKenna absorbs the hit, makes the play, throws it on net. Crespo and
Luke Misa. Weebush again. Weebush far side finds DeMarsico looking for a second power play goal. He bats it down with the high stick. And the referee saw that one and will blow it dead.
You know, it's an interesting rule because it.
If you're Hockey Canada, certainly not thrilled with the bronze medal, but Gavin McKenna, a bright spot for that team. Now Jared Crespo. Here's McKenna. McKenna unable to get a shot through. Luke Misa far side. Creeps down low. DeMarsico in the slot. He shoots, doesn't get all of it. Weebush behind the cage. Less than a minute to go on the man advantage. Misa spins her off. He'll shoot himself. It goes wide. Now McKenna. Former Medicine Hat Tiger finds DeMarsico. He scored once more. That one finds the back of the net. And J.J. Weebush lits that lamp. Maybe not. Maybe it was Matt DeMarsico. Potentially his second of the evening. Looked like Weebush got a stick on that one. We'll take a look at the replay in just a moment. DeMarsico led the charge in the handshake line.
Let's take a look right here. DeMarsico aimlessly trying to throw a pass to Weebush. Did it go off of 12? Nelson, Danny's brother. We'll get another look at it. Right now, it reads Matt DeMarsico. Nonetheless, it's a power play goal for Penn State. They still got 30 seconds.
Matt DeMarsico's second power play goal of the evening. Penn State still in the man advantage for another 30 seconds. Let's see what they can do here. Jackson Smith at the point. Down low, McKenna. Back to the point here, Smith. He'll shoot a howitzer on that one. Still loose. Lawback digging for it. Kemp saw it all the way. Able to shield it off into the corner. Aiden Fink. That one comes out. Here's McKenna. McKenna fakes a shot. Takes it back up top. Switches positions with Smith. Couple seconds left to go on the power play. McKenna looking for Dowiak down low. Puck still loose. Out of the box is Oliver. Back to 5-on-5 hockey. Jackson Smith shot on. And that one snared.
right there. I understand the frustration, but when a player gets taken out like that, gotta call it.
We'll skate 4-on-3 for the next minute and a half for Penn State. Nick Schindegraves, Nolan Collins, and Carter Shade on the ice for the Irish. Uzadi, Danny Nelson, who takes on his backhand, nearly finds the back of the net. Good play by Fleming. Creeping up from the point, shooting on was Notre Dame. That's Werner, the goal scorer, the goal leader for the Irish. Werner once more, he'll shoot, and he'll score! Evan Werner tickles the twine for the 9th time this season. And just like that, Notre Dame is within 1.
4-on-3 is so much more dangerous than a 5-on-3. Why, Owen? Well, there's so much open ice. Look at the room that he has to rip this into the back of the net.
State defensive zone. Back to full strength we go here at Pagula. Here's Gavin McKenna looking for Fink. Backdoor. Unable to get all of it was Aiden Fink. Fink still with it. Finds McKenna. McKenna sends it down back behind the cage of Kemp. 6 players behind the cage of Kemp. Finally breaking out is Slaggert for Notre Dame. Slaggert shot on from the point. Able to snare that nicely is Josh Fleming as Slaggert gives him an extra whack in the glove. Whistle will come into the... As Nelson takes a tumble, Penn State applying the pressure. Some tired bodies on the ice for Notre Dame. Missing a stick, too, is an Irishman. Now far side, Misa finds DeMarsico. He finds the tip, but it goes wide. Finally out of the box is Werner. He's all alone. He has one tonight. Skates in, breakaway, forehand. And great save by Josh Fleming.
What a monumental save by Fleming. It's unfortunate for Penn State. They didn't do anything wrong. It's just unfortunate power play. In fact, every goal in this game came on the power play. So special teams seems to be what's going to happen tonight and what the result might end up being.
Notre Dame averaging 18.45 penalty minutes per game. It looks like we're on pace to beat that tonight as Ben Schoen near side creeps down low. With Matt DeMarsico in front, sends it up top, Jackson Smith. Smith looking for a tip from DeMarsico. That one blocked away by Kemp. Trying to send it back up top was Weebush. It flutters and finally gets there. Misa with Danny Nelson in his face down low is Weebush. Back up top is Schoen. He'll switch with Smith. Schoen moving down low. The Penn State senior sends it in front. That one's tipped by Misa and light that lip.
Boy, has Luke Misa been red hot recently, and he is scoring on the power play, putting up points. 2-point night for Luke Misa, goal and an assist. This one right in front of the net. He found DeMarsico earlier in front of the net. This time it's Schoen. What a pass, what a shot, right inside the...
On his backhand, loses it to Carter Shade. 2-on-1 if they hurry for Penn State. Here's DeMarsico. DeMarsico, he'll shoot, and that one's blocked away by Kemp. He was looking for his 3rd. Naked in front of the net there. No one home. Now far side. That one blocked away by Josh Fleming. A great period-ending save for the Penn State netminder, but they're still right in this game.
Yeah, that was from the 3:11 mark of the first period all the way until the second period. Also to note, Gavin McKenna on that 5.
As Dane Dowiak is going to have some bumps and bruises tomorrow. Here's Werner. Sends it far side. Shot on that one was Henry Nelson goes back for Penn State. Jursev will break out for the Irish. Looking for Bell was Jursev. He'll take it himself. Far side, Jovanovic knocks down Reese Lawback with a reverse hit. Jovanovic behind the net makes a toe drag move in on his backhand. Is Jovanovic. Carter Shade's going to be called for a hook. Extra attacker on the ice for Notre Dame. These referees certainly do not like 5-on-5 hockey. Coming off the bench, here's Nelson. Danny Nelson shot on, blocked away. Still loose. That one hits the outside of the bar. Jovanovic out to the near side wall. Ben Schoen takes it back for Penn State. Ben Schoen has Christensen to his right. Ben Schoen takes the shot instead. That one's blockered into the netting. And Penn State will have an offensive zone draw on penalty kill.
Really good shots.
But Luke Misa able to take it out. He takes in his space. Nice shot on. And snared into the trapper of Kemp.
Misa has been an underrated player to start the season. He hit so many posts. He finally got his first goal at Ohio.
Reese Lawback takes it up, shielding off Oliver. Now Fascia shot on that one. Just missed Lawback. What a save by Kemp. Remember that one. Batting it up in the air. It's still loose. Christensen, mad scramble in front. Lawback looks for it. It comes out to DeMarsico. Penn State still has it. How that one stayed out, I don't know, folks. McKenna loses that board battle to Mastro Domenico. Breaking out is Knubel. Knubel takes a bump from Smith. Now in front, that's Knubel.
Forecheck, as 5 minutes are left to go. Crespo rims it around, finds McKenna. Toe drag move by McKenna. He'll look to make a move to his backhand. Unable to get the shot off was the former Medicine Hat Tiger. Huge hit by Jackson Smith. Referee's arm is in the air. And Jackson Smith, a huge hit once more. All heck is breaking loose now as Muzzatti just took McKenna hard into the wall.
Retaliatory penalties. Notre Dame might get called here. They would have had a power play. Let's see if they get called on the McKenna hit. McKenna seems to be okay. That's good news.
Of Carter Shade. Knuble in the far side corner. Still hit by Shade. Gives it off for Nelson. Nelson moving in front for Knuble. Nice play by Shade. It's still loose. Penn State trying to break out. That's Dowiak. Christensen lays it off for Lawback. Lawback skates in, makes a move in front for Dowiak. It is! And that one goes.
We're going to remain this way. The benches must have had an explanation from the referees. Werner, that one rang off the bar. That would have been his second power play goal of the evening. Werner gets it right back. He'll send it, finding Henry Nelson. Werner once more with that lethal wrist. It behind the cage of Fleming. Knuble finds Werner. Werner circles, now far side Nelson. Henry Nelson, shot on to his brother. Blockered away by Fleming. Now Nelson once more, one more save for Fleming.
They might not believe that it should have been a power play, but they killed it off.
Now it's 6-on-5. Still with the gaping net is Notre Dame, as Danny Nelson wins the draw back for Penn State to his brother Henry Nelson. Now Knuble, sending it down low, finds Ali. Ali surveys his options. Up top, Henry Nelson shot on that, hits a body. That was Reese Lawback. It sails wide. Now Ali with Crespo on him. Knuble, that one's shooting on. That one's in the net mouth. Good save by Fleming. Clearing it out is Weebush. Here's DeMarsico for the hat trick. And let those hats rain, baby! Sending a clear message to Notre Dame was Matt DeMarsico. Penn State celebrating right in the Notre Dame crease. His third hat trick of the career. And Penn State is going to end victorious on this. Gains the blue line for Notre Dame. Bemis fighting with Misa. Taking a bump in his net mouth was Josh Fleming. That was Jovanovich's face. And that will do it. Final horn bellows here at Pagula Ice Arena. Penn State takes game one, 4-1. It was the Matt DeMarsico show, and Luke Misa chimed in as well.
It absolutely was, but you got to give credit to the man on the screen right there, Josh Fleming. Sensational game for him.